1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
All right, guys, welcome. We are on episode 12, I believe, of Ordinary Gains. Yeah, look at that. Just did that on the spot. I am your guy, Left Eye E.G.O. Joined with me is the lovely, the beautiful, the awesome. And you're showing what your shirt says, honey?
Oh, it says the girls' trip cheaper than therapy.
All right, so this is where she was last week when she abandoned me and my dogs to go have a good time and enjoy herself. I didn't like it, but it was better than therapy, as I was told. So it worked out. So again, we're Ordinary Gains, episode 12, your favorite married couple on a Sunday evening. And we are ready to go. We've got a lot that's going on. I know that everyone saw the bus that was on there. No, it's not a reverse Rosa Parks. It's actually something that I saw that set Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube on fire for like 4 days, and that has something to do with the bus.
Huh.
She wonders what I do all day. She wonders why. Whatever all you're on your phone. It's for moments like these. And the minute she says, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yes, honey." We talked. That was like the third conversation we had out of 22. It was like number 3 that I was telling you about. All these we've talked about.
Okay, I don't remember a bus.
I know. I just hit you with a lot of information sometimes. But anyway, before we get into that, we'll go ahead and see the chat, see what they're up to. Snowy Sass, hey kids. Hello, Miss Snowy Sasquatch. Happy Mother's Day. What she got? Hope Happy Mother's Day to all the ladies. Yes, yes. There we go. We got Stephen Ransom. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. Throwing it out there. And Miss Snowy Sasquatch. Hello, good sir. And we got Abomination AJ, sir. Thank you for joining us as well. Was that a short bus? If it was, I would put radio on it. Y'all would have known. I like mine to be known, okay? He is the ambassador for all that is short bus. So I would definitely put him on.
When I was tweeting this, I was going to say it was E.G.O on the short bus. But I didn't want to get banned from anything. I don't know the rules anymore about, talking about the...
Usually they'll say, are you sure you want to post this? Most Twitter users did not like responses like these.
Oh.
I posted anyway.
Oh, okay.
I've been hit with like 3 of those, but I don't really care.
Oh, okay.
At that point. So, since it is Mother's Day, again, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there. And I was talking to Shiro about this because, why you grilling, bro? I need some of that, man. You grilling without me.
I didn't
we need some of that.
see an invite. That's
I didn't get that either, sir.
Wow.
That is.
Okay.
As a fur mother, I think you should be offended that you were not offered anything on this fur Mother's Day either.
Bullshit.
So anyway, I was talking to one of my homies, and we're talking about Mother's Day because I was trying to figure out what to get my mom for Mother's Day. Mm-hmm. And so, I was like, okay, well, I'll think of something. So we're talking, and I say, you know what? Hey, I know you made sure you got the kids something to get for their mom. But what are you gonna get? And he was like, I don't know, man. Wait, do I have to get her something for Mother's Day? Because I'm the husband, and Mother's Day implies that she has children. So aren't the kids supposed to give a gift for Mother's Day to their mom, and I'm safe? And I was like, let him cook. He might have a point. Now, I was thinking. I said before I was gonna ask you. I mean, it's a question because if it implies Mother's Day, we're married, but you're not my mom. It'd be weird, right? But I was thinking also though, we got anniversary, mm-hmm. Christmas, mm-hmm. and your birthday, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. One you got. For you, that's April, that's July, and that's, December, right? So I'm like...
Your birthday is right after Christmas, though, so I don't really count that because...
I was like, you got 2 days to get it right. You can buy... I usually get gifts.
But what are you trying to get at?
All I'm saying did he have a point?
No, he's a dumbass.
Okay. All right.
This woman mothered your children.
I see.
And is making sure your children are taken care of. You should probably gift her something for doing an amazing job at being the mother of your children.
Can that be considered an advance on your anniversary gift, though? Because I'm celebrating you as my wife, and I thought I'd do that.
No, because not all people get married to have children.
Wait, what?
Huh?
It can't be in advance?
No. What?
Really? I mean,
you know better. I don't even know why you're
I'm just asking because it's like, again, had a point. What I
mean, if you're making sure your kid, so my dad used to take me with him to get the little gift for my mom and say it was for me, but he just made sure that my mom was celebrated that day. So that makes sense. I'm not saying it's gonna be,
Okay. Now, would I ever try to take my life in my own hands and do that to you? No. That's terrible. That'd be a terrible idea for me. I know you all too well, and I know you're not gonna say anything right there. You're gonna wait 3 days, just like Jesus. And from somewhere, you're gonna bury that argument in a tomb. Of I find it funny how on the third day.
Another thing.
Yep, you're gonna roll that bitch back.
You think it's over, and I just open up the door.
I'm like, man, I really, I should have seen this one coming. I really should have. foreseen this one. That's what I wanted to bring up. That's what I wanted to double check.
I mean, I did not get my mother anything this year. Typically, I try to send all the moms flowers, like my mom, your mom, and my other mom. But I did not do it this year.
That's fair. But we did ask. And but we actually saw your mother today. We
did, yeah.
We went to her aunt's house, and her mom is the oldest of 4 sisters. Right?
5 siblings.
5 siblings, but 4
There's
of them
one boy.
sisters, right?
Yeah.
So all the sisters hasn't been together in almost 20 years. So we all went to her aunt's house. We all got to hang out there, which was nice. I think that's at a certain point that's the gift in itself.
Yeah, it's about being together, all that jazz.
Yeah, so I mean, no, that's a gift in itself. I try to ask what you want in advance. If not, I kind of get off the hook at that point. But
well, yeah, that's the thing, right? A lot of people don't tell you what they want, or they're like, I don't need anything, and admittedly, so I do that sometimes. It's hard to, tell somebody like, oh, I want this, like.
It's hard it's weird. It's hard to ask for a lot during Mother's Day, I guess. But that's why I say just come to church is the easy one. But that's why the churches were packed today.
And I didn't realize that. I knew that just from being a server and a bartender that Valentine's Day then Mother's Day were like the 2 busiest days to go out and like eat and stuff. But I didn't realize church.
Because you get whatchamacallit. It's I told her that typically when it comes to church, you get a certain type of people that they call CMEs, which means they only come to church on Christmas, Mother's Day, or Easter. Those are usually the 3 big days. And because Mother's Day was today, I think my own brother went to church with my mom, I think. Because they're like, well, hey, if nothing else, come to church. You don't have to do anything else to get me anything. All you gotta do is show up to church. So that's why it's usually packed.
Thank goodness one of my mamas is out of the country. She'd have had us in church.
Oh, thank God. I forgot. Oh, she's out of the country. Yeah, she would have. And after I heard how y'all spent that New Year's, I couldn't do that.
It was the best year I ever had.
Okay, all right. I mean, at least you had a good year. What year was that?
Don't know now.
Okay, better be.
It was before I met you.
Okay, it must have been a preceding to meet me.
Yeah, honey.
Okay,
yeah.
Good.
I was in Ohio still, actually.
So got you out of Ohio.
Probably, yes. Got me out of a car payment, got me out of Ohio.
You really still have a grudge with Ohio, that state.
It's a dirty state.
Anyway, guys, again, shout out to all the mothers and the new mothers like Janica Tanya. Again, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. All right, so we're going to get into it. So I kind of told Shiro about this one, but I didn't really show her, right? So what I'm about to show you guys is a video that was taken from an interview on the E.G.O, all right? So
the what?
It's called the E.G.O, G-R-I-O.
What's that?
It's the name of the publication.
Ooh.
Basically, it's like they write articles and things like that.
Okay.
All right? And so, they're no Washington Post, but it's not like BET News either, or like just your local affiliate. So it's kind of like we do trending topics. We bring on people that are either in entertainment, politics, things like that. They're pretty decent. They're pretty decent with the articles, right? And so there's a woman that's Ebony K. Williams. She actually works on the E.G.O, and she's interviewing Iyanla Vanzant. Now, Iyanla Vanzant is on Oprah Winfrey's network. She does a show called Iyanla Fix My Life. Basically, people that have made terrible decisions throughout life and kind of want to make amends at the end or at a certain point. Okay. Like, remember when they tried to do an intervention for DMX because he was on drugs all the time?
Oh, yeah.
That was where they did it. It was our show.
Was it? Because then he went on the celebrity rehab, right?
Yeah, but that was one of the first honest attempts at it. But that's partly where I remember it from.
Women. He was really angry with women.
Oh, yeah, you didn't hear his story. It was
I've heard parts of it.
Yeah, certain people is like when someone tricks you into doing crack when you're 5. Yeah, you don't really got a chance at a certain point. So, but anyway, she's pretty. She bare knuckle boxes too. Like she was really about that action. I guess after UFC.
Are you gonna show me a picture of who this person is?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you the video in a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because I don't know who we're talking
You'll
about.
you'll know when you see her.
Okay.
But anyway, she did an interview with Jan Van Zant, and they were talking basically about women's issues, right? And although they try to make this more to Black women, I think it has a wide application.
Okay.
And the subject of the bus comes up, and I'll let y'all hear it so you guys get kind of the full context. I'm gonna take it about 30 seconds before she brings up the comment, and I'm gonna stop it right before Iyanla Van Zant answers because I'll see how y'all feel about it. All right. So let me pull this up here. Share the audio. Here you go. Iyanla Van Zant. Boom. Okay.
Oh, I still don't know who these people are.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, here we go. All right. I'm gonna play this bad boy. Here we go. Excuse me. All right.
Let me ask you this. Let's get to the logistics, though. Let's get to the logistics. We know that Black women are earning college degrees faster than anybody else. Many of us are doing like we're doing, Iyanla. We're getting those terminal degrees, those JDs, MD, PhDs. We also are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs, along with Latina women in America. Pew Research said that women are now out earning men
Yes.
in 22 of the largest cities in America, including where I live, New York, DC, LA, you name it. When we talk, and I know that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if
a bus
he owns
driver?
the bus?
What's wrong?
Okay. So
Oh.
now so basically that everyone pretty much clipped this phrase, and it wound up pretty much dividing everything, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, on basically her statements.
Okay.
Right? So number one, there's fair or foul for you, and two, your perspective. What do you got? Fair or foul first?
I would say it's fair.
Go on.
But I have reservations about saying it's fair.
Go ahead.
Because look, at the end of the day, if you have a stable job and you are good with your money, or maybe you even have ambitions to own that bus and are taking those steps towards it, I can get on board with that. And it's also, we've talked about this before, it's also like how you are in the partnership, right? You may not make all the money, but you're clearly adding something to the relationship to make it the best that it can be. And that money is not the only thing to do that. So to have, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's a fair statement. But I say it with reservation.
Okay. So mostly fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I have absolutely no problem with what she said at all.
Yeah. Why?
Because one of the places I always struggled was dating, right? And I had to have a lot of talks with Justin Ice about this, right? And you say that generally people are in terms of levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to dating, women will look at where they are, try to find a guy at where they are or above.
Right.
Dudes will look at or lower.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're like, I ain't doing all that work to go all the way up here.
Right. But typically that works because it has always previously been that men are the high earners. Men are the ones in the workforce. Men are the ones, and providers, right? So
yeah,
that would make sense,
it
right?
Is,
because
right.
As a woman, if you're looking at your level or above, you want someone who can take care of you.
Yeah.
So, but now the rules have, in some cases, and more have started to basically reverse, right? My level of education and my earning level. I know a lot of women who are single on my same level who are having to date the bus driver. But at the end of the day, it's like, do they want to do the same thing she wants to do? Are they going to contribute to the relationship in a healthy way if it's not money? And they go from there. But those women will say a lot of men cannot handle that position. So.
Okay. All right. All right. So when I said was when we met, we were here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
forever.
were very even.
It's just that maybe like 6 months into the relationship, she wound up getting like a raise and started earning like 30 grand a year more than I did. But at least when we met, we were making the same. But I would say that it's kind of hard because I think Ebony K. Williams is the one that said if he owns the bus, she's 40, right? I'm pretty sure she's been either in education, probably has a master's in communication, and has probably been in some form of entertainment for over 10 to 15 years, right?
Okay.
That's a lifestyle you're used to, which means she's earning quite a bit.
Right. No, right? A lot of people aren't going to come close to her.
Right. So that's the first thing. So I had a friend when I was in doctorate school who was actually having a problem when she was dating because she was going to be a doctor. And the problem is the higher up you go, the more you're going to want to find a guy that's at or above your level. And so if you're looking for a guy that's making 6 figures,
that's tough.
It's going to be tough because that guy's usually gone. And if you're 5'8", 5'9", you got want a guy that's going to be 6 feet, he's been gone.
Yeah, he's been gone.
He's been gone. And so it makes it harder for them to date. And if she's saying I would have a hard time dating a guy that was just a bus driver who is not where I am on the economic scale, I know for myself that I could not handle that. That's fine. I'm just saying, hey, good luck out there in these streets because it's tough to find that kind of guy. And
I would say, sorry to interrupt you here, but I would say the women that we're talking about and describing, I don't think they realize how low of a percentile they are in as well. I mean, I know it from her statement, like women in general are getting more degrees, they're starting to earn more, but you're still a very small percentage of the population. You know how they say like
I know
percent of men only earn over like 6 figures or something?
I'm maybe top 5 to 10%.
Yeah, and I think people don't realize how small the pool actually is.
It's a very small pool. And then again, it's like, well, you might have that guy, but he either might be married or you might be in a rotation. Because if that guy knows that, I mean, the other thing
I locked you down when we were even, honey.
Yeah, you are. You did lock me down. Yeah, you did lock me down.
Like, get over here.
You did, Scorpion. Put a ring on it and yell fatality for you bitches.
You want to see what the chat is?
I will. I didn't. You was all like you jumped in. I like that you're active. It's okay. I like that you're active. I didn't think you were gonna really care, but you did.
Well, I mean, that's her prerogative.
That's what I said. It's. But I will say though, because she might have enough money to comfortably retire, I don't think she would need anyone else for the security and the protection she's talking about. That's the other problem. I would say another problem you can have is like, let's say he was a bus driver. That was all he was going to be. I have zero ambitions about being anything other than that. However, you get provision, you get the protection. Because I do martial arts, whatever, carry a firearm. I know how to defend myself and my family. I am emotionally available to you. I'm as smart, but I'm a bus driver. I come from a long line of bus drivers. That's all we'll be, and I have zero ambition. Would you be okay with a man with zero ambition but makes the money that's secure for you? Everything else but zero ambition.
Absolutely. So while you were saying that, I was thinking back on my story, right? There was a point that I earned a master's degree, and there was a point that I was earning, maybe like above 50, let's say, and I was in a more rural area. you're gonna meet a lot of men who are like that, or blue collar, who are this. They come from a long line of family who just does this, and that's they're
But
comfortable.
you grew
with
up
that.
blue. Your dad was blue collar though. No, your dad was almost no collar though.
What is no collar?
No collar. Hey, I'm what your dad did.
Oh,
But you
okay.
don't have to. There's no. I don't work in a factory. Like I'm out in
Yeah.
houses fixing stuff.
Okay.
So that's like that. I would consider that no collar, like that,
Oh,
or
really?
construction.
I thought construction was blue collar.
I think it's blue to white. It's like if you work. To me, blue collar means factory work, or I work in some sort of retail. I might be a manager.
Really?
Yeah, I consider that's what I consider. No collar, I'd say farming.
Okay.
Things agriculture.
Well, what I'm getting at is that for me, I know it was a little bit of a transition in dating because I had come from this world of like bartending, waiting tables, dating people who maybe didn't have ambition. They were here and there doing whatever. And then as I transitioned with the degree, and I was like, there aren't many people who are on my level. I can still date, like, just an example, maybe someone who's still a bartender. That didn't work out well because our lifestyles were so different, and it wasn't necessarily the lack of money or ambition. It was the lack of energy you were willing to put towards the relationship, in a sense, like saving your money or, going out your way to do something else for the relationship. So there was a transition period for me where you kind of willy-nilly are like, let me just see what sticks.
Okay.
And then I think as you grow into it and realize, you know what, this is it. It's okay to have a standard. Like this woman saying, well, does he own the bus? You start to meet people and start to really understand their story and see if that bus driver would fit in your life and you're okay with that.
Yeah.
I
do. It's just, again, it would be hard. Again, I was a doctor. I was willing to date you as a lunch lady based on your profile. Yeah, you're never living that down. But I was still willing to do it because you seemed like you had fun. You said things like, let's go to the bar, play pool, and get a beer, and I'm a power lifter. Those are all like, oh shit, I hang out with her. Just like when we saw Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Like, what was her name? I don't know. Michelle Rodriguez's character.
Oh, yeah.
You would hang out with her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would hang out with her because, okay, I guess we're going to do fun stuff. Oh, bear in mind, guys, we're definitely doing a Dungeons and Dragons movie review. It was really good. I don't know. I forgot who asked about it on one of me and Abomination AJ streams, but it was really good. We're going to be doing a review on that one, too.
Can you pull up this one?
Okay, so we're going to go to the chat. We got Mike is bad knees. Few women want a man with zero ambition. They'll take a man who is dead broke with a lot of drive over a man that is comfortable.
So that one got, just like skimming through, that one actually makes sense because you want a man who's going to stick around, maybe not give you a lot of problems. They're just happy to be there. But I don't know about you, but if all the shows we watch, all the reality shows we watch where the guy is kind of like a douche or a deadbeat in a sense, they all end up cheating. You think that, okay, I'm providing for this man. He has everything he wants. I'm beautiful. But at the end of the day, I think he gets bored and is like, I'm going to go try other things too.
With what? A guy with zero ambition or the one comfortable? Which one?
Like zero ambition.
Okay.
So like just like, oh, this woman will take care of me, do anything I want because maybe she doesn't have the most high self-esteem, or she's saying, well, no one else will date me because of this, and this, and not talking about looks, but.
Yeah. I mean, I always had to, me and Justin Ice always played, when I was dating, we'd play the game of Why Are You Single?
Yeah.
And I tell you, whenever we watch reality shows, you find out relatively early why. And it usually isn't necessarily a thing that they think is a big thing, but it's a huge thing.
Well, yeah.
Especially when you try to go dating overseas and you take American attitudes overseas and you wonder why you run up against it like, you're like, you can marry Mahmoud if you want, but don't roll up in Egypt with no hijab or burqa on, or else it's gonna be a problem. They're gonna yell something, you'll get hit with a rock. Anyway, Nose had a retort on here. Mike, true, but women will date absolute bums and sugar mama for them. They oddly enjoy being mistreated while saying they want a gentleman. Yeah,
Mhm.
facts.
I think that's what I was trying to
Hold
get
on.
at. It's so weird.
Sorry, this one's for you, Nosferatu. That's fair. That's fair. I got to use this more often, man.
I think that's what I'm trying to get at. Like they're settling. They say they don't want to settle. They say this. They say that, but they end up dating these guys who aren't great. Treat them like poop.
That is fair. Well, yeah, we got a lot of comments on this one. Let me go back down and run through this one on here. And I paid off my short bus like 3 months ago. So
are you renovating it? Can we live in it?
We're gonna need photos on this one too. Oh man, let me see. All right, so yeah, I was trying to look for this one earlier. I think the rules have switched. I think the desire is the same as it always has been, but you are increasingly having more women. Yes.
Agreed too. Yes. I mean, that's a good point.
Yes. And the women when I graduated and got my bachelor's degree, I had to get my master's in Philly before I went to doctorate school. And so it happened to be in like a health profession school in Philly. So basically some of like the first years that were in medical school were actually there. Mm-hmm. And I say if there's one thing about all the women that were in medical school, all ringed up, all of them.
Or they were trying to be, right?
No. The ones that you were like, by the time
you got to medical school,
when you want to be like, yo, what's your bam? And I mean not just a band, I mean a rock. Just like, yo, did you catch that from Haley's comment? Did you just pull that off and just drop that on her ring finger? Because it was, there was no hope. Well, because guys, like you wouldn't let, even if you were dating, I was your girlfriend and you knew she was going to medical school, you couldn't let her graduate without knowing the intent to marry. Like, I know that you're going to be doing school for 4 years, but after that 4 years, boom. Plus, you're going to be around doctors. Yeah. Because you're going to be studying late night with guys, possibly. You'll be on the same mental wavelength, probably come from the same types of families. I'm locking this down right now because I have to.
Well, I mean, just on this comment too, I think it's true. We said the pool is small, right? Mm-hmm. The pool is very small, and I don't think the rules have changed. What I'm trying to get at is that I think women have this, like, nowadays have this sort of juxtaposition or internal struggle. Like, they've been told, oh, you can run the world, you can do this, you can do that. Then a man comes in who is really giving them the security and just asking them to maybe let the man take the lead, and they don't know how to let that happen. Okay. Does that make sense?
It does.
So that's where they end up in these, like, weird situations and relationships.
I would say this: the woman that wrote for Cosmopolitan for like 3 or 4 decades, she came out with a book called Subverted, and basically she was like, I actually made articles to lie to women to tell them they could have it all, and now I am regretting. So I'm coming out with this book. So it's on Amazon Prime. I can't find it on Audible, but yeah, she definitely was like, we wrote for Cosmopolitan during like the women's sexual revolution in the 70s, and I've been writing articles ever since then saying you can have it all. The problem is like guys know we can never really have it all. It'll bleed into this next thing that I'll talk about because we go after men just as hard as we're going to go after women. So the next topic we're going to talk about has to do with dudes. But yeah, we know early on is like you get rejected early on at a very early age, so you have to get used to it. And so the thing is, you have to work to provide worth so that someone else can see the worth, because no one else is going to see it without a look. It definitely helped that before you met me, someone said I smell nice.
Oh, that was he's
like, okay, he doesn't smell like he's homeless. He really might be a doctor then, because he smells nice, and he wears a nice jacket. Just there's a cane. Okay, he keeps going to the bathroom. I'm sure that.
Well, I didn't even notice the cane. You run to the bathroom so much.
See, exactly, but you let a lot slide.
I don't think it's letting it slide. For me, there's a story there, and if you can, tell me what it's about. And there are so many people who hide things like that. You were very upfront and open about it, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So
I think that's what you run into is the fact that if you really have to work at all of that, because there's a time where I didn't dress the best, not necessarily smell the best, but I didn't really wear the right types of cologne. It was like $3 or $4 cologne. You just and hope for the best.
We all go through that phase.
Or Axe, right? But the thing is that as a guy that's trying to be a doctor, it's like, well, hey, and you're like, well, hey, 5'6", we'll talk about it though. But it's when you have certain things you working against you, you really have to try to outkick your coverage, so to speak. Chris, when we went to go see Chris Rock, he said, I've done everything, but I'm not Kevin Hart. Kevin, you can't outwork a short guy.
Yeah.
Because you always have to work seemingly against what you feel is your lack in terms of the height. But anyway.
Well, to that statement, I've always been a bigger girl, and I've so when you said I let things slide, it's not necessarily letting things slide. It's, am I going to take this person
seriously
for who they are?
That's fair. At the same time, you see women who keep on dating neckbeard, jobless wannabe thugs that have no future. So there's that. I know, but they make such great entertaining television.
Oh, it's beautiful.
For everyone in a stable relationship, you love seeing a train wreck. Half the time, this is us. Yeah, so I have a problem where I can hear it and I can read it, but I think she's on the phone. Saying, look, you see this? Yeah, did you hear what she said? It's so much fun. I didn't really like reality TV until she got me into it, and I'm like, I'm in such a stable relationship. This train wreck is so entertaining. I must know more. I must have more. Again, Love After Lockup is. I think that's the one that has the best potential to me, just because certain people are trying, and other people might be trying to take advantage of.
Yeah.
And you see, people that come out of the pen, most, if not almost all the women that come out of the pen are smart.
Well.
The guys, you find out exactly why they got caught.
Yeah, so
it would take you one episode, maybe two.
Really?
Yeah, but all the women, for the most part, are pretty smart. Well, they play it smart. Play it smart. All right. So, women don't really know what they want. They could create the perfect man and still couldn't be satisfied. Fair. I will say this. I think the one thing, someone wrote something on YouTube and was like, yo, God made women as perfect as they are, but they'll wear makeup, push-up bras, and compete with other women. So it's like, if God making you wasn't satisfying enough, don't put it all on men, okay? God said you're perfect, all right? we think you're perfect, but y'all want to do the makeup. I said, all right. I was like, you know what? He has a point. Let him cook. I don't necessarily think it's not necessarily what they want. It's just women have 50 tabs open, bro. Swear to
50
God.
50 tabs, and
50.
then also a little bit of shallowness, right? Trying to chase the guy who looks
the part,
tall, handsome, or whatever you consider handsome,
yes.
Trying to chase all those things instead of the actual qualities that are needed.
That's fair. And then it's, and always.
I was doing that at one point.
Yeah, I know. You've heard sometimes her dating history reads like not reality TV. It's just like a Lifetime movie network. Just like
no one kidnapped me.
No
one kidnapped me.
No, it's
just. Well, I take that back, but.
That's why I don't have the energy for you sometimes, right here, just like that. Yeah, douches tend to have the personality type to get into high positions. Yeah. It's so it's like, and that
don't
guy
really care about your feelings.
Yeah, and that guy usually knows. It's like, I know exactly why you're looking at me and talking to me. Like me, I don't really want to talk to that many people that I don't have to. So you would irritate me. Like no.
Oh.
So so the thing is, I was picking up a pizza at the hotel when I was at work like a few weeks back, right? Two women were talking or whatever. What fell?
I don't know, honey. Man. Okay.
So two of them were talking, and it's a blind side for me. So I'm like, all right, cool. So talk to the bartender. I was like, got my usual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, the pizza's there. And then when I pick up the glass to walk away, they realize that I don't work for Domino's. And her whole attitude changed.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Well, you saw no one helped us in Saxon Avenue yesterday, and they would have. We probably would have had a suit.
Yeah, probably would have. So the thing is, for me, it's like, well, I was like, oh, you're here every week. I don't really feel like talking to you, lady. You really don't have anything to offer me except just a headache and irritation. And I've dealt with people all day. Please leave me alone. But that's my general. But I was like, it would. But if I were more of a douche and I was a doctor, I was a traveling doc.
Yeah.
I'd be an asshole. Anyway. So we've gone on for that one. If it's a strange dude pulls up to pick up the kids and some of us, is going to be a bad day for him. Exactly. Especially because we live across the street from a middle school. So being some problems.
But yeah, we probably shouldn't try to put a short bus out.
No,
in
we
front
probably
of
should
you.
not. Herman, thanks for joining us. I once owned a conversion van. Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
That's cool. We were talking about looking at some point like a mini RV or something like
Yeah.
that for going on some cross trips. So that'd be awesome.
I'd really like to just park up at the beach and live life.
I
but,
know you
know.
would. Exactly. Not right now. No. Shewa, thank you for joining us. When the kids were growing up, the wife stayed at home, and I went out and made the money. Both of us were happier for it. You can't. And I know Shiro and I talked about it's like, hey, if I made X amount, would you stay at home and raise kids if we had them? And she says yes. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll get that, and then.
I mean, I would. He'd just have to be prepared for 100 tabs instead of 50 tabs.
Yeah, that's true. That's weird. Essentially, now we get the weird bipolar game with relationships. You have to have 4 or 5 different personalities to keep. Oh, yeah. So that was Chris Rock is my favorite comedian when it comes to relationships because he always nails it. He's like, when you first start dating someone, you're not really meeting them.
Yeah.
You're meeting their representative.
True.
And so you find out afterwards, like, all right, I'm going to have you meet the actual person that works here. And then you have to decide.
Like when you get in
worth.
an argument or you get like rushed in something, like all those things. You kind of learn if you can be around that person.
Exactly. You have to be sweet without being a total pussy and being walked over. They're attracted to assertiveness, but you have to perfectly balance that. You have to be funny and sensitive, but not overly so. I try. It's a lot. That's why I take a lot of naps.
That's why I take. Oh my goodness.
You're right. It is a full-time job. It's a lot. And we got any more on here? Wife got me into watching more because yeah, dude. If you want train rocks, I mean, Maury is one thing, but I know he retired. Yeah, Jerry Springer. Rest in peace.
My favorite Jerry Springer. My favorite Jerry Springer show. This man was dating this woman, and of course, he was cheating on her. And he comes out, and he only has one leg. And, so they bring out the other woman and finds out they're cheating, and the woman he cheated on had his other leg and was like, well, you ain't getting this back, and he's hopping trying to get his leg. I died.
That's funny. Agreed though. Oh damn, that's funny. Oh man. Yeah, I only have furniture because of her. She met me. I had a couch that was rented. It used to be from a company that rented couches, but I just bought it because it was comfortable. And she was like, no, but only you and I can fit on this. There will be no room for anyone else. And I was like, I mean, but I don't need anyone else but you.
It was such an uncomfortable couch. He only had one bowl and like one fork too. So when he invited me over for dinner, I was like, well, how are we going to eat this?
I said, you know that there's no competition. Who else would I share this one fork with? So it worked. But anyway, guys, thank you all for riding that wave and navigating with us. So I actually have something else that I wanted to show y'all on here because as we go hard at the ladies, we're going to go hard at the guys, right? So I have to ask, that's the wrong one. It starts at too late. I probably have to mute this because of the songs before we get a copyright on that so that's not even ours.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show y'all something real quick because I'm not sure. Well, some men might know this, the men of culture. So I want to know for the fellas, have you ever heard of a BBL? It's called a Brazilian butt lift, right? So basically, if I had the picture up here and it's shown, right? I got this one highlighted with the lady in the black and orange drawers, right? So basically, a Brazilian butt lift before takes you from a whoa, that's okay to a yo, what you doing tonight, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's the best one I can find because the other ones look pretty flat or it doesn't like there was much going on.
Okay.
Maybe this one, maybe she went from pancake butt to maybe muffin butt.
That one's better.
Yes. So that's basically what it looks like. I think they suck the fat someplace and they put it in your butt, right? That's pretty much how it works, right? And so women everywhere, I think, started getting these, maybe 5-6 years ago? I only heard of it maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, but is it always been a thing?
Well, it's always been around, but I think when Nicki Minaj came on the scene, everybody was about it. Okay, and that's what the other thing was there was Brazilian, there's BBLs, but there's also like the synthroid injections. Remember those guys that pump their arms huge? They don't work out. They did that in butts.
So you can have one leak.
Oh.
That's what happened to Nicki Minaj.
Oh.
So those can leak, and you have to get them drained and then refilled. But it was a big thing. Maybe like, around Nicki Minaj. It started making it a huge thing, right? So, for me, it was weird because it always looked like someone put a shitload of juice in a loose bag. A loose Ziploc bag, and you was just shaking it. Because you would turn left, and your whole ass would go right and up. And yeah, like one rapper was saying like he was doing it with a woman that had one of those, and he was like, it was like doing it with a bag of wet cement. It was like, it was there, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but don't you want the booty to do that?
Not unnaturally. Not unnaturally.
Oh.
Like if you turn left and your whole ass go right in a different direction on top of that, like it's like, I don't know. Would you want ass that just did this?
Okay, honey. What?
Guess not. That's that's a leak. That's a BBL leak right there. All right.
Short bus.
All right. That's BBW. That's BBW. Clear your browser history, sir. Anyway, so squats the most important for y'all. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I've seen her squats. I look impressed.
Oh my god.
See.
So silly.
So Michael said I haven't seen one BBL that actually looks good. All right. So we've seen those, and guys were like, we like women nice and natural. That is it, right? So someone posted this on Twitter about this guy. I'm gonna show y'all this, and I'm gonna ask y'all: is this technically the new wave of men trying to get BBLs? Right? It's not an actual butt lift because that'd be weird. Not gonna show that shit. So I'm gonna show you this guy right here getting surgery. Right? It's a minute clip we're gonna watch together. I can't play the music. Yeah, because you get to see I'm going to cut it off at a certain point.
Okay.
I can't play any of the sound because the music is probably going to get hit with a copyright. So I'm going to try to play, I guess I will play our own music over it while that goes.
You know how to do that?
Of course, I'm multi-talented, my love.
Oh.
Here
Can
we
you pick
go.
a different song?
I can do this one.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'll go ahead and play it. Hold on.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different...
All right, so essentially in this clip, we saw this man go from 5'5", which is like an inch or two shorter than me, to 6 feet. Okay.
Thank you, Blair. I thought that was only like a little person thing. Yeah, back in the day, the little people, when they didn't want to be under 4 foot, I
was gonna say,
and they had the whole it wasn't as simple as that. It was
whatchamacallit, comics and cosmetics said she had that happen for her because of the same reason, but
really?
they wound up still having to take the leg.
Oh.
But she said she actually had it, right? And so I was gonna say, would you all consider this the male version of a BBL? Because if you're 5'4" and everything else is right, but you are the height of like a woman to an extent, would you consider this a male BBL? Like, to you, what is that? What do you think?
I mean, I get it. Men have some tough times with being shorter, right? You said you had to put in a lot more work, and you don't want to put in a lot more work, I guess you could. Because that black guy who had him done, I mean, he was a good-looking guy. The one you just showed? Yeah. He was a good-looking guy. Like, how tall was he when he got it done?
He was shorter than me.
Okay.
Whopper Jr.?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's tons of short ladies out there who will date someone their height or taller.
Okay, but I'm just like, if he's like, if I want to, he's like, well, hey, shit, I'm probably gonna get a strike. Okay, then.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
included the audio. Damn, I thought I muted
We're the
it.
worst.
Copyright strike, here we come. Dwarves have
Dragon
big.
wagon.
Oh shit, the old version of it. Okay, my bad. These come in small packages. Word, 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 word.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will. So basically, they have like a little thing that they turn like a few millimeters a week, and so it's a small lengthening. I think over time your bone might fill in where that space is because
Well, yeah. So the old way, like they put the pins in, but it was like a year long that you were wearing these things.
braces, you have the fixators.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what you call it? I get it, kinda. If we wanted to dunk, I'd have to put E.G.O on my shoulders and use a trampoline.
I mean, is the desire so okay for you because you're not 6 foot, all right?
Not at all. No.
Would you have like? Did you ever have this strong desire to be taller? Where a lot of women might have this strong desire to have bigger chest or bigger bum.
That's why I'm saying,
Mhm.
is it the same thing as a male BBL? Because if so, then it's like, well, hey, we didn't know this technology was available. And even then, like, I would never go from 5 feet to 5.5 to 6 feet. That's a lot. I would go from like 5'6" to like 5'9".
Yeah, but I will tell you, if like you're getting breast augmentation, they tell you to go bigger than what you think you want, because what typically ends up happening if you go smaller, you are disappointed and end up wanting them larger. So the height would make sense too, like go taller than you think you would want to.
No, which because I mean, I would know that for me, like I know how tall my brothers are,
Mhm.
and the one is the third. Yeah, like he's 5'9". That would be cool. That'd be good with me. That's tall enough. Like,
I mean, I guess I don't know. If I was a dude, so why would you want to be taller than have a larger penis? Like, what would be the?
wait, what? Why can't I
don't
have
know,
both? I mean,
like-
if I could have both, though, I mean,
Oh, so you're saying like if you want bigger leg or longer legs, I guess.
yeah, something
You
like
probably already have something between your
you might,
legs.
but or you're tricking a bitch. No, I mean, if that guy. So the thing is, for me, if he's married and has kids, it makes no point at all to me.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But if like he's single and he thinks that that's what's holding him back at 5'5",
Then he's gonna.
it's going to increase my pool of women that I can get with. However, the problem is, what if she finds out originally you were 5.5 feet tall, and she's got a brother that's 5'5", and she saw how he got picked on as a guy and doesn't want her kids to be like that? Did he trick her into being with him if like late in the game she says,
well, true, because there was this so some Asian people, they typically get the surgeries
yes.
and stuff for eyes and some other things. Well, this lady got married to a guy and she looked beautiful. They had kids and their kids were fugly. And the husband was like, what is going on? We have these great genes, like everybody's beautiful. And then he finds out that she had all this cosmetic surgery done and divorced her. And like, I don't know if he sued her or not. I don't remember, but
I think
he literally
did.
like was like, because he married for genetics.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like it definitely plays a part. So to me, it's like if he's married and has children, or he's married and she knows about it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, well, hey, do you, boo boo.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you're single and you're like, I can increase the pool of women available to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of,
Yeah, but it's like you'd have to tell them at some point, because you're going to have to worry. You're going to have to wonder, you see photos and like, how are you see? Well, at one point did you hit your growth spurt?
Right. Yeah.
He'd be like,
when did you
like 2 years ago? You'd be like,
what?
2 years ago? And yeah, it's a lot to go from 5'6" to 6 feet. I go from 5'6" to 5'9". But yeah, I think it's a very high risk, but left for fake boobs. But guy will still date small. Yeah, but if you're 5 foot,
Really?
Yes. I was talking to Justin Ice about it, and one of the guys that was his friend, dude's a lawyer, straight up like a Philly lawyer, too, quick witted, fantastic, smart, but he's like 5'4". And so someone like him was like, wait, if I can improve my chances and get 5'7", 5'8",
Yeah.
I can be good.
Hmm.
What if you get with a dude who that procedure done and you have kids? They're like, exactly.
Right, yeah.
That's what I mean. You're going to be upset unless they tell you. You'd have to weigh the fact that, guys don't necessarily bear the brunt genetically as women do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're looking for the best deal you can. And for me, it's like, well, it makes me kind of an asshole, but wouldn't want to date someone that has hearing issues or vision issues.
Right, because you don't want your children to inevitably have that. Like, there's not a good chance.
Right. So it's like, so I would, I do some selective breeding in that regard because that's something that I don't want to come back on my kids. I don't want them to have to deal with that because kids are vicious. Right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it kind of bleeds also into a thing that we were talking about with all the protests and everything with Black Lives Matter. It's like, you want to be seen as a certain type of individual, but if all the white people that are showing black people either getting, deleted or discriminated on, why would you want your kid? Why would you marry someone and have kids with that, knowing that that's indicative of that group? Do you get what I'm saying?
I guess. I mean, they are saying that mixed. I did not click on it.
You didn't follow. I know you didn't follow.
I couldn't click on whatever it was, but someone put out there like, why are you having interracial or mixed kids? Because they're the ones who don't. They're the ones who say they don't know where they belong. They don't know how they belong, kind of thing.
But and also would go to the fact that if you say there's a serious issue with race in America, but yet you champion interracial relationship, it's like, well, why would you want to date the race that says that there are so many problems and so many people don't like them or they have so much going against them?
Well,
because that's what I mean, like in that selective breeding thing, but it also is like, I only want to be with this kind of race over another one. And you're like, it's a very fine line. All I'm saying is that I think everyone does selective choosing for who they want to have children with because it plays a role.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. I just wanted someone who was taller than me. That was.
Oh, fuck you, Nosferatu. What? Oh, you bastards.
Dang.
Oh, you bastards.
Yikes.
Okay. Wow. It felt like the ending of Braveheart where he's being stretched out. Shit. Bro. All right, I'll give you that. I had not even considered that.
I mean, to your question, yeah, I think it is probably comparable to a BBL or a breast augmentation.
The only thing I considered was, I say you're fine without any kind of cosmetic surgery.
Mm-hmm.
However, I understand women that say, I had a life come out of me like an alien. It ripped my insides and outsides apart. I'd like to have them put back together and reconstructed as in a before photo of everything below the neck.
Yeah.
I could see in that regard, if you want to have that fixed, that is fine because that's the extenuating circumstances.
Well, some people would say that, put in the work and it'll go back, but
it doesn't.
Truth of the matter is, like, for me, I'm going to be 40 and we're still trying to have a kid. And once that stuff comes out, somebody better put me back together because I don't think it's going to be easy.
Oh, bro, I live in North Texas. Yeah, they were super about, like, they would walk home from school, like, with umbrellas. Like, they were like, I will not get a shade darker. Mm-hmm. I want to be a shade paler than Ghost. All right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking about, because that's, I wanted to get your thoughts on that, especially with the BBL thing.
Do you want to do that?
Fuck no.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm fine. Like, I won. I won.
Are you sure?
Yes. I would have thought about it if I were still single.
Okay.
But I mean, but if I were already working out 6 times a week.
Yeah, you were pretty ripped when we met.
Yeah, and so it would have taken away from being able to work out. As like, well, just to be taller.
He's working out. That guy was working out.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, he's gonna have a weird distribution of muscle now. He might be top heavy.
Yeah, and he missed leg day.
Yeah, it looked like he missed. And the thing is like that's kind of what would happen with wrestlers that would take steroids, the muscle would grow too fast and the bone wouldn't be able to hold on, so it would rip off the bone. He ripped tendons.
Oh.
But the thing is, with him, it'd be ligaments, the bone-to-bone connections, because he grew it really fast.
Oh.
So, I mean, you're supposed to try to go it slowly on there, but
Whitey.
word. Got Whitey on here. Shows for our database for every race of women and Chinese women are very cold and distant. They're worse than Russian. Really?
Mm.
Okay. I have nothing against mixed kids. Just worry about that. Damn, bro. He said they're gonna bring down the property value, the credit score. Oh my god.
It's too much.
Chinese people like that too. Darker skin is for people that work in the field, according to some. Yes, and I know how to be treating Cambodians.
When I went to South Korea, the Filipino girls are considered like
the dark people,
the low on the totem pole. Yeah, and they were in the bars courting the soldier, like the military folks. Yeah, yeah, they were.
Oh, I just know I love black dudes. I mean, but it would explain, but like to them, they're like, we're the you of where we are.
Yeah.
So it made sense. It was like, I was like, I don't know if that's a compliment or trying to be understandable. It makes sense. It just did not know that there's a version of me where you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
Just like almost like, so if you ever talk to other South American countries other than Mexico, they'll tell you Mexicans are
They will.
Like, they will straight out tell you.
They do. I was like, that's so, yeah. And it's like,
and we're like, what?
Every nationality beats with every nationality. I mean, no more than Nigerians and black people. Swear to God.
Ooh,
Nigerians
think American black people are.
Well, no, it's like Nigerians love being black people, acting like black people till you think they are black. Like, no. I am not from there. I am not American. I am Nigerian. Then they come in with like the slippers, the whole garb, and if it's women, they have the whole head wrap thingy with the bow on the side. So yeah, everyone. I found that all the cultures within the culture wind up beefing. It's just if you don't ask or around them, you're not gonna know. Between Black Americans and Filipinos. Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Joking aside, Asians in their own countries can racist. Goddamn right. Mexicans are Central American. I know. I know. It's two brothers from Kenya, and they were not huge fans of African Americans. That's true. Yeah, stay beefing.
Well, you know, my best friend is from the island, like West Indian, and her family will say, "I'm not."
Yeah, let you know. Yes.
Black American. I'll let you know real quick. That's not. I don't know that life.
Yo, I will tell y'all the most complicated person I've ever met. That's one of her friends. Is a white Trinidadian with a Pennsylvania Dutch accent.
Oh yeah.
Oh my! I didn't know.
I don't think she has a pen. She still has her Trini accent.
She does, but on top of that, she's got the Pennsylvania Dutch. We're going to do. We're going to phone. I'm like, what the my phone? So basically, Pennsylvania Dutch is like anything that sounds like or own, like phone, home, anything like that. Like, I'm gonna go ring someone on the phone. Like, I'm going to go to my home. Like, that's how it is in Pennsylvania Dutch, right? But she had a Trinidadian accent on top of that, and she was this shade. And so she was making us roti and oxtail while talking about her kids that are at Pennsylvania College. And she's like, "Oh no, we're gonna get you a roti and some oxtail. We're gonna go and food them." And I'm like, "Oh my head exploded, y'all!" It was the most complicated question of visual and auditory. My eye, I was like, "You are failing me. This eye is failing. These hearing aids not working." I was like, "Honey, what is she saying?" It was fun to watch. You know, it was not everything from a different nation is skin based. Like, and that was when I figured that out. But yeah, Filipinos, the Mexicans of Asia, they have names like Jose and speaks.
A lot of their last names, you're like, is this a Spanish speaking person or a Filipino?
De Alejandro, all that stuff in there. If you're a good-looking black dude, Germany, Iceland, England, Japan, Korea. Yo,
Even
Germany's so
Russia.
good.
Remember Homeboy from our 90 Day Fiance? Or you know him. He's a black guy, bald, nail salon. He does nails.
Oh, that dude.
He got
Caesar.
Caesar, yeah.
Caesar.
Caesar went to Russia to find him a wife.
Russian, the mail order.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's actually going to be, we're definitely going to have a Passport Bros conversation next time. Do you know who they are?
I don't know.
Oh, yo, if y'all know who the Passport Bros are, we're definitely going to have that conversation too. I think that might be on the horizon. Get stationed there. Anyway, guys, whatchamacallit? That's pretty much all that I've got, my love. Anything you got too?
You didn't have anything else? There wasn't a third thing?
The only other thing that I had was the fact that we were watching the, it was like a best in show, and that lady won with her dog. But her husband is also
that shit was funny.
I mean, like, ma'am, just take your win. You won best in show with, it looked like it wasn't a schnauzer, but it was a
schnauzer.
A lady with a schnauzer one, right? And so she won, and it turns out her husband is also a, I don't know if it's a dog trainer.
No, he was showing a dog in the same competition.
Same competition.
Were all called he and the wife were called to the floor.
But the wife won, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're basically saying things like, what did she ask in particular? How do you?
She was like, "Hey, you and your husband both got called to the floor. I think they were doing another show in the same competition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's categories." And she's like, "Yeah, isn't it so interesting that you and your husband, you're doing great, and you're both in the top of the competition? How are you guys handling that? Are you excited for him?"
And what'd she say?
She said she couldn't get. She didn't know what to say. She was like,
Now, hold on. Now, what you would normally think was, you know what? Hey, that's my husband. He supports me, and I support him. This is a win for Team Stevenson. We try to, it's a little competition, but hey, it's always in the family, and we both have beautiful dogs. Just the very conservative and miscongeniality answer. What did she say?
She said, "Oh, we're out for blood."
And I won.
Yep.
If it were me, it's May, so I'm going to wait until Festivus, and this is going to be me.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it. You.
There's no way you're going to embarrass me on the national stage when your schnauzer beats me. She put this man on blast.
She tried to think about something nice she could say, and she just couldn't do it. You could see it all over her face. That'd be me. Ain't no participation trophies. Guess what? Her dog is going to get all the breeding money and stuff because it won.
All I'm saying is we keep it all in the family. That's all. That's all. I'm walking. I'm like, okay. Hey, did you get any new food for my dog? I was like, no. You've got your breeder money, all right? Apparently, you were out for blood, so us losers over here gonna eat, our kibbles and bits while you have the fancy food. I'm sorry, we can't be bothered. We're not in your caste system of elites for the dogs. All
I know. Mike has bad knees. Is but isn't it both of theirs? Apparently, it's the way you show the dog too. Apparently.
No, the thing is, it's his dog and it was her dog. When she won, she took the W for herself and for her dog.
She did not give him any credit.
She didn't even shout her husband out. We didn't even know she was married.
And then the reporter.
She ain't have no ring. I ain't seen no ring. No, I saw a band. So she was nice with, and the reporter had to tell people that she was married, and she was like, "Yeah," she was mad that she had to bring it up. And she didn't really try. I think all the energy went into the dog, and she was like, "No, listen, yeah, we're out for blood, and I won. My dog won." I was like, "Wow."
But that'd be like if we were out on the street and someone was like, "Oh, Molly's so well behaved," and then Wally was barking, and they're like, "Oh, that dog." You'd be like, "Yeah, Molly's my dog. Wally's her dog."
No, I say whenever there's that, I say, "Yeah, that's she does all the behavioral stuff." I give out treats. I'm not gonna say yes, my dog is well behaved. No one likes that person, but I mean, she shut the whole thing down. I was like, wow, all right, that car ride, I'm making it awkward as hell. Okay, out here, I guess we're gonna get in your car that I pay for. Swear to God, I really would be like that. But yeah, that was pretty much what I had on there. That was my topic. Did you have anything you want to talk about?
No.
I know we're gonna be out of town this week.
We're going to be out of town this week, which we probably shouldn't put all over the internet for someone to come steal our home. But
Okay, I mean,
it's out there now.
it is. We do have neighborhood watch and a lot of security. We have nosy neighbors. Okay, guys.
Oh yeah, we do.
We have something better than ADT. We have nosy neighbors, and we live in the suburbs.
Won't even let you water the grass when it's about.
I cannot even water my grass without getting a text like,
What are you doing?
Yeah, watering hours between 3 and 7. It's 7:09. What? Yeah.
I do have one question for you. So it's been a few weeks now since I've been taking my medicine. How you adjusting?
You're doing better. It's just when you get tired now, you act like I'm tired. Like, yeah, people that are normal now get tired at these times. I'm glad you take naps now. You take them faster. It's great.
Do I?
Yeah, you don't fall asleep. It doesn't take you as long to fall asleep. So that's great. You're not, moonwalking across the bathroom. Now it's just so I'm glad you kind of evened out. Thank the Lord. But I'm actually glad you've evened out. So the thing is whether or not he's going to wind up adjusting it at the follow-up. That's what I need to worry about.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, it's mainly what I'm glad that
we're going to have some Philly stories for you all, I'm sure.
Yes. So yeah, we'll be out. We'll be back. We'll probably be in time to do another episode. Just give a Philly recap of how everything was. I actually haven't been back to Philly since we left. So I'm actually going to go back and see friends and, see how things have changed, how everything's the same.
I forgot. We're totally going to record our martial arts session with Justin Ice, and you guys are going to get to see me throw E.G.O on the floor.
She likes it. So one thing about being in Philly she misses. Justin Ice, with his martial arts, she actually got to wrestle and throw me. It's time after time. So y'all get to see that. It is a lot of fun. I'm jealous. Eat a cheesesteak for me. Yes, I can't wait. I'm gonna have to have at least one.
Yes,
at least one. There is a place around where we live that actually makes really good Philly cheesesteaks, and they're from South Philly.
Yeah,
so they're really good. We gotta go back
you mean
there.
Here, right? Use guys.
Yeah. So you're in San Antonio. Use guys is as close as you can get to a Philly cheesesteak with living in Texas. There's Texadelphia, but I haven't really tried what they got.
That's bad.
So yeah.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's not good.
Are you doing that? I mean, throwing me. Yeah, when she's upset, I said dinner now. Yeah, we'll try to give you guys updates while we're in Philly and everything, and have our next episode, which will be Philly recaps and you suplexing the hell out of me and stuff. So, till the Eagles fans.
Oh, we don't mention that team in this house, apparently.
We do not. No. And now if they got to the Super Bowl last year, I thought they could. I'll say I have ego. Nothing's worse than Philly fans when they win something. Okay, I've never seen. At least
the Philly people lost to the Astros.
It is, but it's like, but you also have to remind us, like, yo, you did lose. You lost the World Series. You lost the MLS final.
Yeah, they lost a lot.
And they lost another chance. And the Eagles lost Super Bowl. So it's like, I mean, you can't put that out there because you might get your ass kicked. But, I've never seen people try to act like Rocky, but still like Rocky after he's won all the titles or he's gotten the accolades. They still act like underdogs, like, because we're counted out every year. It's like, are you serious? There's a point at which you kind of lean into being a winner. Okay, that's the gripe I have against Philly fans with any sport in general. That's all.
Well, they're not very nice. That's for sure.
I've considered it, but the only cowboy hat I'm gonna wear is literally going to be a cowboy hat. But I'd have to wear boots on top of that and then explain to everyone that I'm from Texas. But then I have to explain that I lived in Philly for 12 years. The last said you wear a hat and boots then, and then proceed to get stomped out. So, there's a lot riding on it,
Philly is not that bad, honey.
Ma'am, all I'm saying is the fact that, we're going to be greeted with the smell of urine when we get to the gate.
What are you talking about?
Man, the bathroom, just the bathroom, honey.
Oh, the Philly airport is so terrible. The
Yes,
bathrooms are
that's all.
terrible. They smell like pee.
Yes.
I mean, it is a bathroom.
That's
but,
what I mean.
Like, they don't clean it.
I shouldn't be able
It's
to.
the worst airport I've probably ever been in.
See, there we go. Honestly, the best one I've been in, Detroit, actually. I just
Yeah,
never
Detroit
left the
was
airport.
really nice.
Detroit's really nice, Detroit has a really good airport. Yeah, and that is how they do. There really is, yes. But
it will be interesting to see now that everything's truly like back open and stuff. I mean, I know I've been there a couple times, but it was still pretty quiet.
Really?
It'll be interesting to see like now with the weather good. And
it is. May is the best time to be in Philly. Actually, I mean, it is fun for that month. After that, it's oddly humid. It'll be like 80 degrees, but you'll swear it feels like 100 degrees because of the humidity.
Yeah. And then, walking by some of the places because all the buildings are tall, the trash is outside. It smells.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't been back since we moved in like 2021. So she's been back like 3 or 4 times for work because the headquarters is out that way. But I never had a chance to go back. So now that I'm going to go back, I'll just see how different things are and see what it's like since I left. And so now I got to figure out, what clothes to wear because May is kind of an in-between month too for how well it is. I'm excited.
Right.
Either way, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Entire Flint, Michigan, best water in the world. Okay, that'll be the thing that ends the vampire right there.
Right.
He'd be like, "What's in this water? Flint," and just disintegrate. But anyway, whatchamacallit? That's all that I have, my love. You good?
Are you? You're gonna help me pack next when we're done?
I was gonna take the dogs to Abomination, AJ. That was what I was supposed to do. I was told those were my orders.
Yes.
I will also pick up anything that you need because what's gonna happen is around 11 o'clock when everything's closed. Shoot, you know what I forgot? It'd be something simple like toothpaste. I forgot. And I have an aneurysm without fail. So I say, hey, look, I need to think now of things you're going to need the next few hours that I can get for you at the convenience store on my way to or from dropping the dogs off. Okay. As we talk today, is there anything that you're forgetting that you need?
I don't know.
Okay. Just what I'm just double checking on. All right. I'm at the update you guys on that as well. But anyway, that is pretty much all that I have. Are you good, my love? Everything?
I am perfectly good.
We are perfectly good, guys. Thank you for joining in for episode 12 of Ordinary Gains, and we will see you guys in a few weeks.